Welcome to another episode with your main man, the JVN, TBOU On The Couch. Wait a minute. It's something new right here. TBOU On The Bikes. And hey, I am very, very, very honored that I have the one and only first time on TBOU On The Couch, but no, on the bike, like I say, on the bike with no other than Mr. Doc Harley right here. Welcome, Doc Harley. How you doing, sir?
Thank you. I'm excited. This is wonderful. Meeting together on our Harley-Davidsons on a beautiful day in Charleston.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. With your Harley-Davidson Slim.
Yep.
That's it. And I'm on my heritage. Yes. This is what we do right here for TBOU. But anyways, if you're on the bikes, tell the viewers, Mr. Doc. Well, first of all, again, welcome, and I'm honored. Tell the viewers, who is Doc Harley?
Doc Harley is a personality at Low Country Harley-Davidson in Charleston, South Carolina. 8 years ago, the media person came to me and said, this Facebook, Instagram, and all this media stuff is really catching on. Can you talk? I went, yeah, I can talk, but I don't know what I'm going to talk about. Just so happened that Saturday, I went to get a cup of coffee. And
Okay.
there are two old timers standing at the coffee pot talking about cams. One goes, well, I put the 475 cam in my bike. And the other guy said, oh, you fool, you should have put the 511 in. At the same time, I see this brand new young man who just bought a Sportster right behind him with his eyes wide open.
Wow.
And I came to the realization that people that ride motorcycles have their own language, have their own definition of items that we deal with every day. So I thought, I'll talk about that. What is a cam? How does a motorcycle work? What is this? What is that? I don't do how-tos with a wrench and this and that, but I tell you, here's the tools you'll need. Here's the knowledge you'll need. If you feel up to it, go for it. I am impressed when somebody wants to work on their own motorcycle. But always stop before you get in trouble and bring it to your dealer or your local shop to make it right.
So with that said and done, your real name is Mr. Mike Kelly.
Yes.
Where did you came up with the name Doc Harley?
Doc Harley. Well, it goes back 9 years ago. I was following road racing, MotoGP, and there was a racer called Valentino Rossi. And he chose the nickname The Doctor. Why? Because in Italy, doctors are held up high, and his mother wanted a doctor. But he loved road racing, and so did his dad. So he was a road racer.
Wow.
But to make his mom feel a little bit better, he said, I am the doctor. And I thought, well, I fix motorcycles. I put things together. I can be a doctor of Harleys. So I came up with the name Doc Harley.
Oh, okay. And with that name, it's big all over.
It really has
Yes.
grown. In 8 years, I've done so many subjects, one every Thursday for that period of time,
Exactly.
that when you Google something, my video will come up on the subject. And it's unique that I'll get emails from people in Norway, Japan, Russia, all over the world asking Doc Harley some advice, or how can I do this? Or I always ask for subjects, an idea.
Yes.
If you have a question about your motorcycle, I have people send me an email and say, I want to know how to do this. And if I think, hey, everybody else would like to know the same thing, I'll do a video on it.
So in that case, you have a huge followers, like you just named, from Norway, from Japan, and man, you know your stuff. So in the beginning, like you said, from your name, and you created your name, Doc Harley, from the beginning. What got you more into motorcycles, and then later become a mechanic?
Ah, the question, how did you get into this business? That's a good question. We should answer that after this commercial.
Well, we do a commercial break, and we'll be back right here more with no other than Mr. Doc Harley from Low Country Harley-Davidson.
should be happy for me. It's cool, cause my success is clapping for me. I hear y'all haters asking for me. Now that right there, yeah, that's the glory. No pain, no story, it's the man inside me. They try to tie me, deprive me. Behind greatness, I'm hiding. If being great is so fly, then I guess I'm gliding. No strings attached.
Are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you ready for emergencies that come your way? Don't wait until it's too late to prepare your family. It's time for survival, yes, with your Infinity Survival Kit. Go to www.infinitysurvival.net and enter the code hashtag SA3009. That is hashtag SA3009.
We are back right here with no other than Mr. Doc Harley on TBOU On The Couch. But wait a minute, I did say not couch, but it's a special TBOU On The Bikes right here. And Mr. Doc Harley, we was pretty much talking about how you got into the business.
Good question. I was actually in a different profession before I got into this. I went to junior college, university, and got out with a broadcasting degree. I wanted to be a disc jockey. I loved music, and I wanted to be a part of that industry.
Okay.
So I started out after the university graduation at a small little AM/FM station in Paris, Illinois. And when you come out with all that knowledge,
Yes, sir.
you have to get experience. So I started out controlling the radio board. That was fun with all the personalities on the other side of the screen. And then I worked up to writing commercials and producing commercials, and that was fun. Making make-believe things and selling products. It was a great experience. And then one day, a disc jockey decided he was going to move on. So I moved up into the morning drive period of time. That's a coveted place.
Yes.
I start out at 4:45 in the morning, not 4:46.
Ooh, that's early in the morning.
4:45 in the morning.
Yes.
Back then, you had to flip the switches, turn on the transmitter, and have it broadcasting immediately at 4:45 in the morning. And
Okay.
so I had Mike in the morning. I'd say,
Oh.
good morning, you're listening to WPRS and WACF in Paris, Illinois. The time is 4:45 in the morning, and the weather looks like we're going to have a beautiful day.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then later you had transition to
Motorcycles.
Motorcycles. Yeah,
Yes,
your business.
it
So-
happened after I had my first child.
Mm,
Christmas came along.
Yes,
And
sir.
one of the things they don't tell you at college when you are becoming a broadcaster is radio doesn't shut up.
no, we don't.
So I missed my son's first Christmas because I had to work. And after that experience, I said, I don't ever want to miss another holiday or a special event in my son's life. So I started soul searching. What do I want to do? Well, I owned a 1959 Panhead Harley-Davidson.
Wow,
I
man.
loved it, worked with it, and rode it. And I actually had a part-time job at a motorcycle shop because I
Okay.
love motorcycle people. They're so genuine, and we love talking about what we do and where we go. And so it was a fantastic moment that I said, how do I become a Harley-Davidson mechanic?
Okay.
So I called Harley-Davidson, and they said, you have two choices. Back then in 1986,
Mm-hmm.
they said, you have two choices. You can work at a dealership, start small, learn how to do oil changes and do little stuff, and then they'll send you to the Harley-Davidson University. We'll teach you more complex things.
Okay.
Or you can go to Phoenix, Arizona, where Motorcycle Mechanic Institute had a program to teach all that they taught,
Wow.
and you would come out with a certificate that you could work at any Harley dealer.
Okay.
So I applied, I got accepted, and we moved from Midwest to Phoenix, Arizona for school. My wife supported me. She had a great job, and I took care of the child when I wasn't in school. And I learned all about regular motorcycles for 6 months.
Okay.
And you had to keep your grades up very high to even enter into the Harley-Davidson program.
I bet.
I
Yes,
kept in the top 10. I got into the Harley program,
Yes,
and
sir.
then I specialized in performance. I love high performance. So I did that, but I graduated in February.
Okay.
Wanted to go back to the Midwest.
Yes.
In the Midwest, there was 6-foot drifts of snow, and nobody's hiring a Harley-Davidson technician in February.
Yeah, exactly.
So a friend of mine was on his way back to North Carolina, and he called me up and said, Mike, you need to interview in Charleston, South Carolina. I said, I don't even know where Charleston, South Carolina is. You need to come and interview. And I said, why? He said, well, you know, back home, when you want air conditioning, you open up the big doors and hope a breeze comes through. They actually have air conditioning inside the service area. I went, whoa.
Whoa.
You know about heat? You know, back home, we got the space heater up in the corner, and we sure hope it'll warm our hands up so we can go back to work.
Exactly.
Here they have central heat. I went, wow. You know how we work on the floor back home?
How?
We have 2 lifts here. You can actually raise the motorcycle up and work on it. And then the coup de grace of all of it,
Yes,
they
sir.
had a health program, and I had a baby boy. So I needed to take care of him. So I called up. He said, come and interview. So I drove my little Datsun all the way from Phoenix to Charleston. Came in the wrong area, Spruill Avenue back then. And I said, we're not living here in Charleston. And my wife said, wait for the daylight. Wait for it. Went and interviewed. Come to find out the owner of Charleston Harley-Davidson is from the Midwest.
Okay.
So he said, you're green, don't have much experience, but you kept your grades up. I'll take a chance on you.
Okay, well, hey, I love the story. We're going to take another short break, another short commercial break. And yo, man, like I say, Mr. Doc Harley, I love your stories. We're going to take another short break and be right back here with TBOU on the bikes with no other than Doc Harley. Don't go nowhere.
Are you prepared? Are you ready? Are you ready for emergencies that come your way? Don't wait until it's too late to prepare your family. It's time for survival, yes, with your Infinity Survival Kit. Go to www.infinitysurvival.net and enter the code hashtag SA3009. That is hashtag SA3009.
We're back right here on TBOU on the bikes with no other than Mr. Doc Harley right here on our bikes. Yeah, on our bikes. So, Mr. Doc Harley, now you in Charleston, South Carolina. How long did it took you, or how long have you been a technician?
Wow, great
Yeah.
question. I have been in Charleston for 34 years, and that's unusual for a Harley-Davidson technician.
Wow.
Let me give you the background of it. I only planned on being here 5 to 6 years. A Harley-Davidson or a motorcycle mechanic usually stays about 4 to 5 years and
Okay.
then moves on to a different location. Why? Learned a long time ago from a old timer. He said, when you become the smartest person there, it's time to move on so you can learn from someone else.
Yes.
There is a program in Harley-Davidson that you start out as a staff, then a technician, then a master tech, and then a master of masters. That means you've mastered all the 5 categories that Harley-Davidson produces in
Yes, sir.
the university. And so here gave the opportunity to learn. I had always new technicians coming in, teaching me new stuff, and I only planned to be here 5 to 6 years, but then my children got into great schools. And
Yes.
my father was a minister, and we moved every 6 years. His specialty was starting new churches. When a group of people would get together in a city and want to start a church, they would call him in, and he would help them organize and get a building and then build a church and do that. And it would take about 6 years to get it established, and then he would move on. Well, you can tell you're working on from March to late October, and then you're usually let go. You work at Lowe's or Home Depot or some other job till March rolls around again. They rehire you, and you work the full season again. And if you're a real smart technician, you save money all through that season, so maybe you can get off a month or two.
Okay.
So this was really convenient for a Harley-Davidson mechanic. I could work year-round. My kids were in good schools. The weather was great, except for Hugo. And
I remember Hugo too.
Yeah, was
Yes.
here for that. I came from the Midwest, and I said, tornadoes? I've been through it. Snowstorms? Fine. All the kinds of weather. So what could a hurricane be? Yeah, I stayed, and it was the wrong decision. When I saw the house expand and retract, yeah, I don't stay for hurricanes anymore. But Charleston, South Carolina is a beautiful place.
It is.
And I can ride year-round. I can work year-round. So 34 years later, I'm here, and Doc Harley's become popular. I am overwhelmed and taken back by people on their vacation. Harley riders will come to the Harley shop and say, can I meet Doc Harley? I watch his videos. And it always takes my breath away, because it's not stardom, it's just sharing information. But they love coming. We have a picture taken, I post it on my Facebook, and I let people know they were here.
And also they love their bikes too.
Oh yes, we could talk hours about their bikes. You want to start a conversation with a Harley rider, walk up to him and tell him, hey, I really like your bike. Tell me about it.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly. So for 34 years of being a technician and me as a witness, also, you know how to put a bike together and take it apart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I have
honor
that wonderful grace that since I am older, I call it senior tech because I've
outta
been here
here.
for a long time. I can work on panheads, shovel heads, Evos, twin cams, and now M8. So I have the history to work on the older bikes. And so we as a dealership still offer to work on older bikes where a lot of dealers do not have the experience that I have. They don't have the older technicians still to be able to work on the older bikes and have that information. So it's been a real blessing here that I can do work on older bikes.
But since now, times are changing with motorcycles.
Yeah.
And electric motorcycles now, just like electric cars and everything else. And you are the Mr. Doc Harley. I know now back in your era, it was simplified. And
Yeah, it was simple carburetor and a set of points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now with the electrics and everything
Unbelievable electrics.
What's your intake on the electric bikes now? Like the live wire and others.
I think electric bikes have a place. I think right now the technology is not up to taking a long trip. It's been done. Yeah. I follow the live wire forum where guys will plan where the next charging station is and ride to it, stay, charge up, go to the next place.
Yes.
A person left Florida and went all the way to South Dakota for Sturgis and went all the way back, planning the stops along the way. I think electric bikes are going to open the opportunity for more people to ride motorcycles, because on our motorcycles we have a transmission, we have a clutch, we have throttle. On an electric bike, you just turn the throttle, and it delivers the power whenever you want. And it's kind of funny, you had mentioned that Harley had the live wire at first, and when they first designed the electric, the complaint was it was too quiet. They had to put sound into the motorcycle.
To make it feel like it's a Harley.
To make it feel like it was doing something, because electric motors don't make any sound. So I think electric motorcycles will come. Yeah. I think I've seen the electric motorcycle be paired up with a transmission, so then it can go further because it can use the gearing instead of just all battery power. And I am told that battery innovations are coming every moment of the year. People are designing better batteries that will last longer. You've seen the of all the cars that are
Yes,
electric
they are
now,
electric now.
and how far they can travel.
Yes.
It's going to come down to motorcycles. It's just, we have a very small space to put a battery.
This is my baby right here. Though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then put a battery here and this side, and the battery, they won't get you far.
No. But is it difficult since now times changed to work on an electric motorcycle?
Yes, we
now?
chose not to work on the electric motorcycle because it was a $100,000 investment.
Wow.
And you had to make a special area for the electric motorcycle because of the battery. The battery is the most dangerous part of the motorcycle. And so you have to have precautions, and you have to have trained technicians that wear rubber all over the place to protect
goggles
themselves.
too.
Goggles,
Yes,
all.
all that,
So
yes.
it was something we did not want to invest in now. If it becomes more and more popular and there is a want and a desire, it's a possibility.
Okay. Well, hey, we're going to take another short commercial break, and we're going to be back right here on TBOU on the bikes with Mr. Doc Harley. I'm the JVN. Hey, don't go nowhere. I love his stories. Yo, check us out. TIA and the JVN on thebrandofus.com, and submit your music to thebrandofus@gmail.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell and leave a comment. That's right, TBOU grow.
The Brand of Us Indie Podcast Radio Show every Saturday night from 6 to 8 p.m.
Right here on TBOU on the couch, but like I said before, on the bikes, and we back here with Mr. Doc Harley. Doc Harley, I want to say thank you, but before we let you go, what advice would you give the persons out there that want to become a mechanic like yourself, a bike mechanic yourself,
Okay.
or like a Doc Harley, but there's only one Doc Harley?
There are a lot of opportunities for people to become a Harley-Davidson mechanic or a regular other kind of motorcycle. There are people that love sport bikes, and they should work on that because that's their passion.
Yeah.
But let me give you both sides of the story.
Go right
You
ahead.
want to become a Harley-Davidson mechanic, let's just say. Okay, there are pluses and there are minuses. Better think it over very carefully. Pluses, you're going to meet a lot of wonderful people. You get to work with your hands and make something or repair something. You give somebody their dream. Let's be honest. Nobody has to have a Harley-Davidson, but everybody wants a Harley-Davidson, and you are fulfilling people's wants, dreams to ride a classic American motorcycle.
Yes.
So you're part of that. You're keeping what we say, we're keeping the eagle flying. We're keeping motorcycles, and I love keeping Harley-Davidson older motorcycles on the road because it's part of my heritage. It's the older motorcycles that brought the father to give the son a ride, and the son is going to ride one and continue on that family thing. So there's that plus. You get a great profession. Now, you're not going to make the six figures, all right? No. Be honest. You're going to make enough money to supply your needs, food on the table, pay the tool man, because you're going to be ever indebted to the tool truck because there's always a need for new tools.
Yes.
And you're going to have enough money to live, all right? But you're not going to make a fortune at what you're doing as a Harley mechanic. The minus part of it, think about this a lot. Do you love your weekends? Do you love being with your family on the weekends? Do you love the baseball games or the long trips or anything to do with Saturday and Sunday? You can't have that if you're a Harley-Davidson mechanic. We work Tuesday through Saturday, and Saturday is our busiest day because everyone isn't working. They're riding their bikes and bringing it and wanting service or having something added or done.
That's true.
So I missed a lot of events with my children on Saturdays, or they went to camp or something like that. So if you love your weekends, think about it very seriously. My days off are on Sunday and Monday. Sunday is my day for church. I have to
Amen.
have church.
Amen.
It's part of my soul and it's part of my family.
Amen.
My mother and father go to a church that morning. My sister goes to a church that morning, and my brother goes to a church that morning. So we're far apart. In fact, a little story there. My mother has 3 clocks in her kitchen. One for the East Coast, one for the Midwest, and one for the West Coast.
Wow.
She knows what her children are doing every moment of the day. But we're all together Sunday morning at church. We can all pray and sing the same hymns, and it feels like family is together. So Sundays are important for church for me. So that leaves Monday. Well, Monday is take care of all the honey-do lists and take care of the house and maybe work on your own motorcycle. So taking the weekend trips, and on Mondays, who's around to go have fun with? They're all back at work.
Yeah.
So think about it a lot, because there's a lot of pluses. I love what I do, and I've been doing it for 34 years, and I will continue to do it because I love what I do. But you give up something on this side of the fence of weekends and holiday. Well, no, we still get some holidays off.
We get some holidays.
We get the 4th of July off. Yeah, and Christmas. So that's it. So my advice to you also is learn electronics. The motorcycles have gotten more and more complex with stereo systems, GPS, iPhone hookups, ABS. Everything is electronic. So if you have this gift for understanding positive, negative, Can-Am buses, everything that you can, learn about it, memorize it, get to know it, and your worth will be so much when you go for the interview at a Harley-Davidson shop, because you say, I excel in electronics. You're in, because it's a needed type of profession of working on Harley-Davidsons. I encourage anybody, male or female, to be a motorcycle mechanic, but know what you're getting into and love it and live it.
Well, man, it was an honor again, you know, a pleasure to have a friend, a brother, right here on TBOU On The Couch. But hey, like I said, on our bikes.
Yes, that was the best part of the interview.
That's right, that's right. And you know, I love you, brother, and thank you for the you know, the history, and thank you for working on the bikes throughout the years, 34 years. You know, I salute you.
Thank you.
I salute you. And hey, if you want your bikes to be worked on, this is the man you need to see. And the other mechanics too.
Yeah.
Other mechanics too. But, you know, if you want us to sign an autograph, come to Low Country Harley-Davidson and ask for Doc Harley. And he will be glad to get your autograph, tell you what the problems on your bike, and just give you a selfie. Right here.
Yeah, I love it. If you're in the Charleston area, come on by, ask for Doc Harley.
Yes.
I love to come out and visit with you and tell me that you saw this on TBOU.
That's right. TBOU, that's the brand of us indie podcast radio show, but this is TBOU On The Couch. Every Wednesdays from 7:30 to 8. Y'all check this out. You know, check other episodes. But hey, Mr. Doc Harley, we really appreciate it.
Thank
Again,
you.
You know, TIA appreciate you. You know, we all appreciate you. And yo, can we turn on the motorcycles and get a little crank up? A little
Oh,
run one
my
time?
goodness.
You know, go give it a little run. Yes, this is what we do right here. Right here for you. TBOU on the bikes right here from your man, the brand of us, with Mr. Doc Harley from the Low Country Harley-Davidson. Stop by, come in anytime, and we can put you on the Harley-Davidson right here. Thank you again. Love you, my brother.